And it's the Newsangl, bitch. Welcome back to another episode. This is your boy D.
And it's your girl CJ.
It's Beyonce's choreographer.
That was terrible, whatever you were doing right there.
First of all, that shit was hot, so I need you to quit being a hater.
Oh, shit, dude. Welcome.
Your third video.
Y'all, just so you know, if y'all ain't watching us on YouTube, you should give it a try, because I feel like we're more of a visual group of folks than just listening to. Look at them. They just doing all kinds of weird dance moves today. I'm really odded out that you guys are wearing all black today and I'm in this like white floral shit that I'm never in. Just
That's how it's always been. Don't act like this is something brand new.
Yes,
I'm so shocked.
Yes.
You guys are so
God
neutral.
damn.
Look at everybody. Look at me. I'm bright and colorful today.
Yes, D.
I'm CJ.
You know what? I do love wearing weird ass shit. Yeah, I was looking back at some of my photos from back in the day. I was like, God damn, I had like blue and purple contacts in at the same time with like fucking.
You had snake print contacts.
Yes, I
Like,
still
yeah,
have some. I still wear them for like occasions, like dress
What
up
occasions do you wear snake?
I just
Parent
The
teacher
company
conferences.
Christmas party.
like, you know, I don't know. I like the weird attention, I think. I don't know what it is.
You liking weird attention? Well,
It's soothing. Go figure. Like,
It's soothing.
It's soothing. I don't know. It's really weird because I have anxiety as well at the same time. Like,
She said, it's a coping mechanism. This is how I get through things.
maybe it might be.
She said, you mind your goddamn business, dude.
Like,
okay.
bitch. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, welcome back. The world is burning, literally. So we're gonna talk about that on the second half, because you know we have to hit up the Beirut, Lebanon shit, the earthquakes and all of that. But that's coming right after our first break. We want to hit up all the little stuff first. Let's go with the celebrity news first. Obviously, the new song with Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, W.A.P. If you haven't seen it, oh my god! So if you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. I was telling these guys earlier that there's a Twitter people and internet people have started a thing to get Kylie off of the fucking video.
Right?
Petition, yeah.
That is crazy.
To get Kylie off the video because they were saying that she was unnecessary in the video.
All right, I get it, Granny. Okay, she looked good. I just felt that whoever produced the video should have been a little bit more creative in the way that they incorporated her in the video.
You know, it's what I'm saying is, do you think that Miss Kris Jenner was like, yo, we're gonna do this, you're gonna put my child in the video and had some influence over it, and that's why it felt like it was just added on?
I totally don't feel like Kris pushed it, because I've seen Kylie hanging with Meg before. I think this was like industry friends, we're chilling, drinking
just for a second,
and it's like, let's put you in the video, just do this with us, like just come in the video.
It's so weird.
And
it's just a weird take.
But like Demetrius said, I would have rather her been incorporated
correctly,
a lot better, or like you're going into a room, like you said, a guy's in there and she turns back and winks or whatever.
Yeah.
Play into what people think you are a little bit for the cheekiness of the video or something like that, or you got your cosmetics out or something. But her just like, I don't feel like she's that show-stopping. Like, I feel like if you're going to have a feature in your video and it's random like that, it better be Beyonce, Rihanna, or something.
Oh, man, if it was like them or like Billy Porter with his outfit or something,
it better be somebody where we're like, it doesn't matter because that was
right.
Just
even if it was like RuPaul, like just being themselves, because their like existence is so loud.
No, but she looks so dead in the eyes. Bless her heart.
She probably
what
is.
I'm not here for, she does. She looks very dead in the eyes. But what I'm not here for is people being so upset about this song and video, as if decades ago we weren't popping our pussy like this for Kaya. So we're not going to act like this is our first rodeo.
Man, we had a whole fucking show in the middle of the night for BET called BET Uncut. Okay, did everybody forget?
And then for decades, between Tip Drill and everything else.
I was just going to say, them fucking sliding cards between her ass cheeks.
And Biggie talking about, you look so good, I'll suck your daddy's dick, or whatever the fuck he said. And we ain't saying nothing about these men saying this shit, but you're mad that these
They can't handle women and their vaginas being comfortable.
No. And then on top of that, what makes it even worse is that a couple of months ago, Janae comes out with a song called Pussy Fairy. Nobody says anything about that. No.
What did you post? Like, because she whispers When she whispers.
So she's a petite mixed
I was crying.
and it fits that narrative of what needs to be feminine and protected, rather than somebody who's 5'11" and has a deeper voice that y'all want to say is a man, and fuck y'all for thinking she's a man because y'all did the same shit to Sierra because she's taller. And every
so weird.
Saying she was a man, like that misogyny is just so bad.
It's so weird,
I've been
right?
tearing at people all day on the internet over that shit, and like, I don't give a fuck. Have people unfriending me and blocking me. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tear y'all up.
Blocking you and unfriending you over this shit?
They were blocking me. It was so funny because these people I don't even know personally.
Right.
But I'm like, I think you thought I was just gonna be one of those people. It's like, oh, she's just cute and wears costumes. No, I have a brain. I definitely have my own opinion.
I think it's the people who are upset about that is the same people who are upset when females have something to say anyway. So
they don't like it. So men are supposed to tell us when to enjoy sex, how to enjoy it, what to wear. I'm like, so where's this energy when men are doing it for years? And where is this energy with men controlling themselves? Because I have seen regular folks, pastors I know, everybody in my comments when I'm posting this shit, right? And they're like, I just feel like the standard for men and women have gone down. And I said, well, who sets the standard for what's ladylike and what's not? And what are those standards?
I mean, because there's hashtags.
Gone down from what, though? That's my question.
Well, because they feel like women have been, because women are more liberated now, so they're outspoken than before, even more, I think.
And they don't like that shit.
They don't.
A black men posting, talking about, and you wonder why. I've seen crazy shit. They're like, and you wonder why black women aren't protected and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, there's no way that what you're saying and what they just did in this video correlate. We are talking about years of bullshit that's been going on in the patriarchy. So this
because like
null and void.
Think about how everybody can say hashtag big dick energy, but there's not an opposite for that for women's part.
Or even when we talk about
energy.
WAP energy, that's gonna be a new thing.
Right. There's a dad bod, but not a mom bod. Or even in high school, we were taught this shit, groomed in high school and middle school because we can't show our shoulders or our skirts.
Ain't that some crazy shit?
So you police our bodies, but you don't police the boys.
I mean, that goes back to the whole,
because
that's
you're
the
a
reason why.
That's what they tell
They did. They said it was a distraction instead of telling the boys not to look or be distracted.
They're not getting the boys together. And like I told several people when I was going in on their asses, it's crazy y'all understand this when it comes to racism. Because to me, again, if I correlate it, there's no difference when the white people that are like, well, black on black violence and you guys kill each other, so how are you going to complain about this? There's no difference when you sit up here and say, well, women need to cover up and women need to treat themselves better. One guy told me to talk to your sisters. He was telling me, Coretta Scott King is an example out there. I said, let me tell you something, motherfucker. Coretta Scott King, as amazing as she was, she does not have to be the archetype for the prototype. For women, we can be multifaceted. I can be Megan in the Sheets and Michelle.
You better say it again.
And if I wanted to, I could be reversed because Megan's actually finishing getting her degree because I know how much that means to people because they like to invalidate people by the level of education they've completed. So I'm like, she's in college. So why y'all making these memes and talking about she's just promoting being a hoe? She's getting her own money. She's not using anybody else to do it.
She's her own brand already.
What more do you fucking want? How are you this bothered by
But you know what it is, though? If you're busy, you ain't got time to hate. So all these people need to pick up a new hobby or something.
Girl, they not busy. And then really, this just goes back to the notion you don't like or respect women. You just like our pussy. And you don't like when women have control of their own pussy.
They don't.
You can't get it. And she said, look, I'll use you how I want.
Like the way they've already processed how to regulate our bodies from such a young age has led to all these stupid abortion laws that are coming across the country right now. And, and have been the last few years. Like, I just read a thing where, I forgot to write it down. This lady I think it was California, got charged for murder because she had a stillborn baby. Was it Cali? Shit, let me look. Y'all keep going. Yeah, somebody got charged.
Was she smoking crack or some shit?
I don't know. Let me look it up.
That's insane. Who knows how or why she lost that baby, but to be charged for something you probably didn't even have control over.
I could see if it was reckless, like, somebody saw her with a crack pipe in her mouth and then she had a stillborn baby. Okay, I can kind of understand where they're coming from, but I mean, if it's just for no fucking reason, that would be fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, so let me see. So this was in California. last year. She was 25. And I don't know, it's California is one of the dozens of states. That means at least half the states have this law where a person can be charged with a crime for harming a fetus through behaviors like drug use while pregnant. So that will be the thing. But how do you charge somebody? Because that means one of the reasons why. It doesn't always mean drug use, though. That's the part that gets me. So it could have just been something that just happened, because I think there was another one in El Salvador. That lady got acquitted, but she didn't do anything in El Salvador. That lady was just having her baby. And she was just, it's just craziness. That's what I'm saying. Like, women can't be anything. Which, speaking of which, the other celebrity thing was that Kelly Osbourne lost 85 pounds recently. And, shit like that makes the news because, again, women, just look it up. She got her hair done and all kinds of shit. But it's, I don't know. I think she's supposed to be a little bit round. I feel like she got over.
Yeah, some people, I feel like they just need to be a little more plumber's. Like, you're not supposed to be a 6. Maybe you stay in the 14s and the 12s.
I think because now,
that's like seeing Lizzo super skinny. I wouldn't want to see that.
Man, that would be weird. It would be weird. Like when Oprah got Oprah skinny, remember her head was so big?
So big. Or
pound puppies.
Perfect size person to me is like Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Where it's like, this is the size you're supposed to be.
Queen Latifah carries everything so well.
So well.
She's statuesque in a very good way. Like, I actually had a lady who wanted to dress like her, and I had to redo her wardrobe for that. She was like, I saw Queen Latifah on the red carpet and I want all her clothes. I was like, okay, let's go personal shopping now. Let's go. But she carries herself well. And I think it also has to do with how confident she is too, because she never
She's never seemed to let it be known that she was bothered.
I'm still waiting for her and the Brat to be a power lesbian rap couple though.
Oh no, the Brat with someone else. I want to say like some Black entrepreneur that does makeup, which is crazy because she finally came out last year, and I'm looking like Brat. We all knew. The Black congregation knew, but the rest of the world didn't. I think I saw it on BuzzFeed because everybody at BuzzFeed who wasn't Black was like, "Oh my God, the Brat is a lesbian!" Like, yeah, we knew that in the 80s and 90s. Like, where have y'all been? Did you not see the way she was, or like we didn't care? We knew what she was.
Busted out on that ass. For all of y'all.
Yes.
For all of
God,
y'all.
I always wanted to do her hairdo too. That's my shit. I loved her and Queen Latifah.
Of course you did.
I did because there was like, so that was the part I think that pushed me into wanting to do like music related things, because Queen Latifah, the Brat, Missy Elliott were like thick girls that I saw myself in and wasn't skinny bitches. Like, I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I mean like not skinny girls who were making it happen.
I love that they didn't look thrown away either.
They was always like on point.
Fat people look like, or chunky people look like they just don't give a fuck about themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, they're cute.
They was cute. They was together. Like Queen Latifah's outfits was the bomb. I mean,
I've yet to see that girl with a bad hair or makeup day, even
never. And then turns out she could sing too. Not all.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And she won a Grammy, I want to say, for one of her jazz albums.
Yes.
After she did the movie Chicago. So
yes. It's just fucking ridiculous.
And humble and minds her business, unproblematic. Shout out to Queen Latifah. If you want to come on the show, girl.
Right. We'd love to have you on.
You said that like she was listening to our show weekly. Damn. We better start manifesting. You know what? Let's just start hitting up some like local celebrities and see if they want to come on this show. I bet. Let's do it. D, get your friend, D. Get your friend.
For sure.
We're gonna do it up. I'm gonna bring Dan back and see if we can get him to bring some millionaires up in here too.
Okay.
Just saying, he'll be all right with that. Anyway, let's talk about the second stimulus check and unemployment and the student loan situation that's on a freeze. Yeah, I know you was reading up on it. I don't have any student loans. Do you guys have student loans?
Yes.
Oh no.
Mine are done.
Oh.
Well, I started later in the game, so you know.
I just never was the one to like want to loan out. I paid by semester. Like, if I didn't have the money, I didn't go to school. I paid.
You just don't go. Yeah.
Yep. I just did. I
think that's what I'm gonna be on after this, because when you see that shit rack up, you're just kind of,
oh, girl.
The fuck, yeah, real quick.
Like, especially when you're looking at something that's only a small amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, man, you're looking like I got a handful of credits. I still got X amount to go, and then you're looking at how much money accumulated in
like
that
8 weeks of school for like thousands of dollars, though.
Do you guys think post-secondary education is a scam especially when it comes to they want you to be well-rounded? It's like, I know what I want to do. Why do I gotta do this unnecessary shit for 2 years before I get to do the shit?
What's interesting is how Trump signed off even for government jobs where they're not making a college education as important. I ain't gonna lie. I really think as we get older, this shit's gonna phase out.
Well, here's the thing. You don't need it.
It's gonna be more about that. It's gonna be more about, if we train you in 6-7 weeks, what can you do right the fuck now? Right. Or we wanted you to start tomorrow.
So
what can you do right now?
General studies was supposed to be for people who didn't know what they wanted to do. That's what it started off as. Right. So they were so back in the day, I believe, like, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know about the state side, but back in the day in Japan, everybody went to more specialized schools than colleges all the time. You know what I mean? So they went to 2 or 3 year colleges specializing in the career field that they wanted to get into. And that makes sense. Yeah, and general studies was really about, if they weren't sure where they wanted to go, they can kind of dip their hands in everything that they, want to try out. But it's gotten to the point because we got so used to, like, during the war phase and right after it, trying to groom students to become factory workers. So they wanted them groomed a certain way. So that's why school is the way it is right now. They haven't changed. Everything hasn't gotten an update except for school curriculums, really. Like, if you think about it, and the way the schools are ran.
Yeah, even and this calendars and stuff.
This pandemic might be exactly what we need to propel school and education forward and away from the old traditional crap that they've been feeding us.
I'm like, I don't want what people see on TV, which I know a lot of us became enamored by, to be something that seems impossible to get to. Because I love seeing those kind of schools on, like, Taina, or when you got a little older and the kids started watching Victoria Justice, where it seems like, oh, you're just literally in high school or middle school going to a school for art. Because you already know what you want to do. It's not something you have to wait till college.
And there's very few schools like that out here, like music only or art only.
Not a lot. And I'm like, we need to have more like that. Or these people that want to be engineers, these people that they do their coding and they're already into it. Why not get them started now? That way, when they're 18 and they are legal by whatever standards to go ahead and work in that field, they can just do that shit instead of being like, well, pay us to go get this 4-year degree too, and then we'll talk.
Right.
When I can start now.
It's so crazy to me. And, and as with the entrepreneurial, like, trend happening right now, people are beginning to realize that you don't have to take all these damn classes. Like, I'm telling you, YouTubeversity has been everything to me. I've been teaching just last night. I was telling my older one, because she was like, I don't know how to set this alarm. I was like, go look it up on YouTube. It'll tell you how. Literally.
Everything is on. You can
my car locked up one time in the parking lot, like, because the shift gear thing got knocked loose, and I just YouTubed it, and there was an answer. Like, you can find it if you were. That's the thing that's missing right now. I was just talking to my friend about it. Is problem solving in this new generation. People don't know how to problem solve because they have relied too much heavily on this system that we're placed in, and so they don't know to go out and search for shit, which is a problem. Like, problem
solving and critical thinking. They think the only resources that they have is what's tangible in front of them. Yeah. It's like, no, you have to go out and find resources sometimes.
Right.
But you
gotta go search for resources.
That's going across to anybody. Because in what I do every day, I've noticed that when people are stuck and they're like, well, how am I going to get this plumbing fixed or blah, 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 woo. First thing in my head, I'm thinking exhaust all options, right?
Yeah.
And these are people that I talk to every day that are older than me and younger than me. And it's kind of like this, which way do we go, George? I don't know. And I'm like, how the fuck aren't you thinking, hey, I take this number, I put it in Google, I see what comes up. Or I go on Amazon and I check. I don't understand how
taught that way.
Don't work that way.
I'm telling you, our education system was way ahead of a lot of other places
That's
for the
crazy.
GOD schools. I mean, because like think about this is gonna make us feel real old, but remember when we had to go to the library and that was like the fucking wall of cards where that's how you looked for books you wanted?
I love the Dewey Decimal System. Girl! I couldn't wait to teach my son because he loves the library. So it's like, oh my God, okay, the Dewey Decimal System.
And then after a while, they made it on the computer thing too. It's the same thing, but it was on the computer.
Yeah,
like,
but the process was the same.
The process was the same, but you had to know what you were looking for to go find it. And like now, people don't really know how to do that. It's a little discouraging to say the least. That was our alarm for a quick break. So we're gonna come back and talk about one more thing from the school, and then we're gonna talk about that fucking explosion happening, not just in Beirut, Lebanon, but like in all the other places in the world right now. So we'll be right back.
DJ.
We're back.
CJ and D worked at a gas station.
No, it's a truck stop. It's one notch above. I keep telling y'all.
No, you guys lied to me. You guys
lost. It's because me and D worked together.
And you lied for years about
we didn't lie. You just didn't know.
You just assumed.
You just assumed. I mean, the truck stop
allowed me to assume. I didn't hear one time that you guys pumped gas.
Because we weren't the customers.
You liars.
We worked at the fuel desk.
We worked at the fuel desk, and we had a deli counter, and we made coffee. Sometimes we would have to go get the maintenance guys because crazy drivers would write words on the wall with their poop. Remember that shit? That shit was crazy. Like some people have lost their minds.
Do you have where that's okay?
I don't know, but some of them drivers lost their minds. Dude, I still remember when I was like, they found there was like 4 truck stops in our area, and one of the truck drivers were found dead in his truck with a prostitute overdosed on drugs.
All across the street.
Across the way, yeah. And then I had answered a phone call from his wife because she was calling all the truck stops looking for him. And the cop showed up.
You remember the guy that died in our parking lot?
Yes, that shit was crazy.
He was in there for weeks.
Yeah.
And the only reason why we were able to find out is because they were painting new lines.
Yeah, and we needed the truck moved or some shit. Like,
and he was in that motherfucker the whole time in July.
Dude, I still remember like somebody coked out in the shower room too, and it was like they were in there for hours, and we finally got maintenance to open it, and we had to call like the ambulance and shit. That shit was just
not the ambulance.
Ambulance or
the ambulance.
Or having to turn the TV off around fucking 20 grown ass men because they couldn't decide between football and wrestling or some shit.
They would be in there about to fight. So CJ would go turn the TV on. She said, "Okay, no TV for anyone." And they'd be like,
They would be
not everybody going, "Oh man."
Dude, one time a fight broke out after I turned the TV off. They were like literally like kids. They were like, "See, you made her turn it off. Now I'm gonna blow your fucking head off with my fucking shotgun." So I had to call the cops because they were fucking fighting over the TV.
Girl, I could not.
Listen,
I was really working.
Yeah, it was a child care business. That's what it was.
Oh ma'am.
My God. Anyway.
I'm getting sleepy.
One real quick thing about the schools opening. Did you guys hear about the girl in Georgia who got suspended because she shared a picture of a packed hallway in her high school because she had to go back to school? She got suspended for it because they weren't social distancing. All the kids weren't wearing masks, and now she's receiving fucking threats from people because she exposed the school. How crazy.
That's
weird. Yeah, I know. She's
not the person that should be in trouble.
No, of course not.
Of
course not. But you know how it is out here in these streets when they do stuff like that. So like, I don't know. Anyway, so our main news angle focus, the Beirut fucking Lebanon explosion that happened.
All these explosions.
It's been a week now, I believe. And there's lots and lots of people who died from it. Thousands of people who were injured. Have you guys seen some of these videos of the explosion happening?
The greatest one I saw was the one that was the bridal photo shoot.
I watched it over and over again, where she's taking the photo and the camera's panning.
You watch stuff like that in like TV shows or movies.
That looked like a
see in real
movie.
time the force of how this comes through and how those shockwaves like blast through glass and everything make you be like, man, if this is fucking up people miles and miles away, I can only imagine what it's doing at ground zero. You know what I mean?
Ground zero was gone. There was a hole.
What? No more ground.
Yeah, there was no more ground. I saw a compilation video of like, I guess people put it together from different locations around there. I mean, like windows blowing out, things flying across the way, people just being knocked the fuck out, and all kinds of shit. And so at first, do you remember what they said? They said it was fireworks.
Well, they said fireworks started the fire.
That's what
Fireworks
I'm saying.
started
So
the
here's the
fire.
thing. What the chemical they had underground there supposedly is ammonium nitrate. The prills or the pellets of it. So ammonium nitrate has to have a really good flame upon it and wrapped in something else for it to be flammable. You can't just take like a pellet and put a lighter to it and won't explode in your fingers. Like you have to have a good and hot fucking. It's like diesel fuel fumes. They don't set fire because you can smoke around diesel. It won't blow up. That's
yeah, we know. We worked at a gas station.
Yeah, you worked at a gas station, you fucking liar. I'm thinking you was at a 5-star club.
Not a 5-star club. No, this ain't your lounge. This ain't your lounge. Oh my god, no, for real. So the prills from the ammonium nitrate does not like go aflame with just a simple fire or a firework. That I don't believe it. Like, I've been trying to tell people this. I do not believe it.
No, between the lack of media coverage and everything that's coming out, and I need to check out some other sources that I trust that aren't so mainstream. Mm-hmm. Sometimes when we do our research, we like to listen to and go to sites that aren't a lot of, like, that aren't clickbait, that aren't stuff that a lot of people want to, like, look on, because it'll really open up your mind to some stuff that you may think is crazy, but you're like, man, this shit actually makes sense. But I told TJ earlier, I find it insane, given everything we have going on in this world, that they didn't really saturate the U.S. news market with this, as they normally do with stuff.
Yeah, and then the fact of the widespread damage.
And they kept it moving.
You guys kept talking over each other. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. I barely heard D. I heard Brandy, but no, go ahead. No,
I'm saying, especially with the widespread damage, because a really close friend of mine had, he's from there.
Oh.
And he said 8 of his family members' houses.
It's gone. Yeah, it's
8,
like
8 individual homes in different little areas. You know what I mean?
It reminds me of an atomic bomb going off, because there was a mushroom cloud. Can somebody explain that to me?
You know, I thought about Hiroshima because I'm just like,
that's what I'm saying. I need somebody to explain the mushroom cloud from the ammonium nitrate fucking explosion. We just gonna ignore it, huh? Here's the thing. So after that happened, a couple days later, it's not on the North Korean news, but it got leaked by somebody who is a journalist there and other people who've seen it. There was an explosion in North Korea. They're acting like it didn't happen. Same day? A couple days later, and they were trying to say that it was propane tanks. Fast forward another day later, I'm watching the Japanese news, and apparently there was a propane tank explosion in Japan as well that killed a bunch of people. And fast forward to Baltimore, Maryland, where Brandy just sent us this shit today. I mean, come on, a gas explosion in Baltimore.
And there's been weird ass earthquakes in between all this happening.
So today alone, Sparta, North Carolina had a 5.1 magnitude earthquake, and how do I say this? Calipatria, California. I might have butchered that. Calipatria, California, had a magnitude 4.6 earthquake, and this is not including the ones from yesterday either. And all these explosions.
Like, how come that hasn't been getting more? Because normally
Japan's been getting earthquakes too.
Earthquakes and just kind of what they call natural phenomenons happen. They get a little more play in the media, and it's just kind of like they're pushing that aside. I'm telling you, I think this is all crazy shit they're trying to sweep under as they just push to election year. And they're just
I'm pretty
trying to
sure.
saturate the market with, hey, y'all need to be worried about these stimulus checks and how much more you're getting and when you're getting it, because that gets all the coverage and a vaccine for the coronavirus. That's it. I really think this election to a lot of people are going to come down to who can get us a cure faster and who's going to fund the economy.
Do you know there's over 100, I think they said over either 130 or 230 facilities that they're racing to get these vaccines out from all over the world.
I believe
and there's and it's weird that there's different kinds of vaccines out already that they're testing. And which, I mean, you know, I understand why, but it's getting a little weird. And the fact that they're okay, so here's the other part. I just read this today. The WHO, the World Health Organization, just dialed back and said that asymptomatic people are not the ones spreading the virus, that it is rare that if you're asymptomatic that you're spreading the virus, and you don't have to worry about it if you don't have symptoms of the virus. You could go do whatever. If you don't have
symptoms, you probably don't got the shit. Is that what they're trying to say?
What they're saying is because initially
displaying symptoms that you are less likely to spread.
Well, initially the WHO was saying that if you have the symptoms, you can spread it. You can also spread it if you don't have symptoms, is what they were saying. But now they're backtracking and saying if you don't have the symptoms, you're not spreading it, which is a fucking lie.
I swear they changed that shit every
because if it was the case, then why do we have to shut down the schools already? Them kids went to schools with no symptoms, correct? But it spread? The entire soccer team in Japan that just had to go down and shut down their whole fucking team. This little like elementary school or middle school.
I'm like, how are people even thinking they're gonna do sports, concerts? Just call it a wrap. I've been saying this since this shit came out. Yo, 2020 is a wrap. I think we all said this back in like March, April.
Oh yeah.
But we just gonna focus on 2021 because 2020 is a fucking wrap.
I already ordered my Christmas tree.
Right. Like the fact that people keep pushing to have stuff go back to what they feel like is normal is just really insane, really selfish to me.
Well, see now, so remember what I said, and we talked about this a whole episode, the new normal. Here we are. And the fact that every country is using the same phrase, the new normal, and we talked about it months and months ago, where we said they're pushing this. That's creepy that it's across the globe. They're using the same phrases, the same tactics, the same things are happening. Because because that's the only way. I told you guys, like everybody, that it was going to happen in the US, where we would have to wear masks like Japan. I was like, it's happening globally. And then here we are. They're shutting down schools already. Like, there's no point. I mean, we're gonna probably end up being like that. What's that fucking movie with the robot and Wall-E? Yeah, remember Wall-E? Fucking. I mean, we're already there pretty much.
There wasn't no gas stations on Wall-E though. So
shut the fuck up.
So we'd have nowhere to work.
You'd have nowhere to work.
Why you gotta work when everything is handed to you through your laptop and holograms? And
no,
shit?
Did you see how them people looked in Wall-E? I'm trying to be cute.
Everybody was round.
They weren't even cute. And
I mean, that's a cartoon, but we're headed very close to that way. Look at how like zombied out people are from like watching streaming shows and stuff. Like, because some people
I do not watch anything, and
I don't either. Not really.
I keep trying to, but I'm like, I just don't. And I'm blessed enough to be working both my jobs. So I don't between that and doing this and other stuff I do to stay sane, I just don't have time to sit and binge shit.
That's the thing. Like I think the most that I've watched movies or even actually listened to, I played like old movies I've already seen while I'm like baking and shit. That's it. Like, you know, I don't even start new movies because then you want to sit there and watch it. Like it's too much. But like I'm pretty sure that something is going on, like Brandy said too, and Dee said too, that like everything is connected. Like we need to start following the money about these explosions, because it's weird that in the same week that everybody's having propane and gas explosions.
So many. I'm like, okay, so what's in the ground? So I'm like, y'all ain't blowing up this shit for no reason.
What you drilling?
You know what I'm saying? Like, what you gonna get?
I was telling Rob earlier, I said, listen, either they hired and contracted people who didn't know what the fuck they were doing so they wouldn't have to explain too much to them, or they don't give a fuck and they're going to drill where they're going to drill. It's one or the other, right? Because you can just like hire people who are not aware of the situation, or hire people who are aware who don't give a fuck just like you. It's one or the other. And so, I mean, because like, why are we having earthquakes in weird places like North Carolina? Like, what?
That is a little odd.
Dude. So September, I'm just going to put it out there. September, Yellowstone's going to blow.
Oh, don't say that. Don't go too close to that.
When they were close to Cali, I was like, man, I hope Yellowstone don't go, because that shit caused a lot of problems.
You heard it first on the Triangl.
I watched this documentary, and they were saying how many states were going to be affected, and I think where it like stopped like just outside Vegas.
Yeah, the blast zone is huge. Texas is safe,
but we'd be buried in like
you'd be buried in
ash with
the debris.
What was making it even scarier to me was they're talking about initially what could happen if Yellowstone or when Yellowstone goes, and then the after effects. So we're talking about ash and smog and all this shit in the air. So it's like, this is going to affect everybody eventually.
Then thermal winter.
Yeah.
Or some shit like that.
Better get used to the masks now, bitches. Oh, yeah.
Y'all better be like Pompeii, nigga.
Whoa, Pompeii. For real though, like I just don't know. I really think, and I think I texted you guys this. I think we should really next week we'll do the WTF episode on the Georgia Guidestones, because I think we need to get into it. I really do, because everything is starting to feel like a accelerated process of trying to get rid of certain people. It's like, because now they're like, because you know how they started off saying kids won't get affected? They're the mass majority of infections right now because they opened
and then it didn't help that Trump was saying stuff like there's little to no kids being infected, and then you see other shit that's like, oh, look how many kids got infected.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Positive.
This shit is cray. Just cray. I'm telling you. But like, I don't know. I wish, if you guys are listening, you should let us know what you think about all these things that are happening, and if you believe in the Georgia Guidestones. If you don't know what that is, look it up so you can
so you can
loosely follow us next week, because we've been on it. Like it's literally like written in how many languages? Like 9 or 11 or some shit, and it's the same shit but in like different languages in Georgia, of all places. I'd like to see if it's on the ley lines as well.
That would be interesting.
Right?
Beforehand.
Damn.
We could research it.
Oh my God. I'm going to be down a rabbit hole for like a week with this shit. It's terrible. And then I think I'm going to like look up and see how many earthquakes, because there's been earthquakes off the coast of Alaska continuously, I've noticed, which is weird as well. I'm sure there's plates under there, but I think that's too many earthquakes in a row, like recently. It
was off the coast that poses a tsunami hazard, so yeah.
I mean, scary. That's what I'm saying. And then Japan having earthquakes too, and just everything. I can't. I don't know how I feel. But Japan's been getting that weird rain situation, so a lot of people are out of homes because of the floods, and they're still recovering from the floods from last month to this month. And there's typhoons and all kinds of stuff coming through right now, and everybody's scared because when they're flooding going on, they have to go to like, the nearby school gym or whatever and set up shop to live. And during COVID, so they're all in this small space with no real barriers other than like cardboard boxes, and they're just like, so and everybody got comfortable in Japan. So Tokyo and metro area numbers of the virus cases is going up rapidly right now. So go figure. I don't know how to do it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm really mad that my birthday is gonna be like fucked right now.
Indoors.
Yeah, man.
Or you can have 2 people and just do your little barbecue out in your backyard with your family.
I'm just so used to like, listen, like all the people who are into summer are like, ooh, summer body and summer outfits, and I'm like, ooh, it's fall. It's time for costumes. We're going to like cons or whatever.
Most of the fall stuff like is not happening. Or maybe some people will still do pumpkin patch and hay rides and shit. Maybe.
I can't even bring myself to do that because the folks out here won't give a shit. I'm in Texas. Half the people don't.
Your situation's a little different.
Yeah.
I'll go to like I don't live nowhere near it, but I'll go to like Elyria, Ohio.
Yeah, see, I never even heard of those places.
Honey, Elyria, Ohio is gonna fuck you up to remind you of some places just like what we saw in Omaha.
Oh, really?
Drive maybe from like Lincoln to La Vista or whatever.
Oh,
it is like,
okay.
It is nowhere. It is like all this land, and then all of a sudden you got a 4-way stop. And you're like, who the fuck lives out here?
Like, why is there a stop?
Yeah, you start thinking shit like, okay, so like, where do the kids go to school? That's how I know shit's really spread out. So I'm like, where's your school?
Where's your school? Where are you going to school? It's like down the street 10 miles, dude. That's what that is.
These people already live a social distancing life because each home is acres away from
a
each
lot
other.
Of places like that don't have any cases.
Yeah, so that's why I think some stuff is still alive and kicking here and why numbers haven't spiked too high because everyone's so far apart anyway. A lot of these people ain't going out like that anyway. If anything, like downtown Cleveland's probably where they're drawing numbers and where that maybe red zone is, because the further out you get from that, child, these people don't care because they wasn't fucking with their neighbors like that anyway.
To begin with, I'm for sure. But I don't know. Maybe we'll get online and just do full costumes or something.
We're gonna have to because it was already requested.
That's true.
I'm gonna show out all October because we still gotta do our months right. Okay.
Yes. What
you gonna do?
Moons, blood moons, and harvest moons, and hunters moons and shit. We need to turn up.
Oh my God! What did you say, D?
I'm gonna do Day of the Dead again.
Ooh, that was a good one. You should do that.
You're not. You're gonna do something different.
Oh well, I mean, we got 4 or 5 weeks.
I liked it though. I felt.
Do we have 4 or 5 weeks? I feel like
every time. I'm gonna try to wear a costume anytime we record. I'm gonna try.
We have 5 episodes in October again. Yep. So we about to do it up. Y'all, do you realize October is less than 2 months away?
I know. I thought about it today. I was like, oh my God, birthday.
Listen, I was talking to one of my friends and I was like, y'all, like everybody's out. Like I'm finally going out to the craft stores and stuff so I can get my, product lined up and whatever. But they have Halloween out. The last time before quarantine that I was out and about was when Halloween stuff was on clearance. And now I'm back to Halloween things being on the shelves.
I feel like they should start throwing out Halloween shit into June. Like, bombard us the way Christmas does. Because Christmas just says fuck everybody. And we're just going to have all this shit out whether you're ready for it or not. So Halloween should do the same.
D-Chun, you're muted. What happened?
Probably them kids acting the fool. Anyway, I'm tired. Let's wrap this up.
D-Chun, you gotta unmute. I don't know what happened. D's muted. What is going on?
Is he muted?
Yes. What happened, D? He's looking over. Is something going on, D?
I'm leaving. I'm tired. He's done.
Brandy just fucking left. She said good night, y'all. Okay, D. I feel like the kids were being yelled at. D. Is that what was happening? He said nope. Something's going on. Is he about to show us? Are you about to show us what's happening? Look at D being sneaky. I don't understand what's happening. I can't hear you, D. You on mute. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, but hold on.
What just happened? Oh my God. Always happenings. Oh, he disappeared. What is happening? Don't leave me, guys. You've all left me. What is happening? Come back, D-Chan. I think he's like trying to get somewhere because I just heard some yelling happening. I'm sure you guys heard it too while we were trying to talk. It sounded like somebody was trying to get cussed out. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure. Uh-oh. Is D back? D back?
I'm back. I'm outside.
I knew it.
What's going on?
What happened, D?
I have no clue.
Somebody sounded like they was getting cussed the fuck out.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was adults. It wasn't children. At first, I thought somebody was getting reprimanded, but no, it's somebody on the phone.
Oh, she yelling at somebody on the phone. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm out front.
D's out there somewhere. Yeah, there you go. We go out there. We gotta get you a tidy light. Anyway, we gotta wrap this up because we gotta go. But if you've enjoyed us thus far, make sure you subscribe to your favorite platform of podcastings. And there you go. I see you now.
See me now?
Yes. Oh my God. And if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you like and comment, hit that notification bell so you can get all our episodes every Monday at 9 a.m. Central Time. If you're into all of these news angle stuff, we also have our regular episodes on Wednesdays at noon Central as well. We've been having a lot of glitches lately, so bear with us. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Anyway, on that note, stay blessed, woke, logical, and safe out there. If you're Black, stay Black. If you're not, support POC and allies unite. Peace out, guys.
Peace.
Bye.